guys, today we're going to take a look at a really cool lock. This was sent in by Dan by 123. He's a collector, and he definitely wants this back. This is not a lock you see very often. This is an old Seagal, but if you take a close look at it, it has something inside of it called the Hines Key system. This is a, hey, screw you key system because it actually has a trap in it. It's called a trap pin. It's designed to prevent bumping. It's also designed to prevent picking. This is what the key looks like. So in terms of locks, it's a 6-pinner. Not too bad. We got a low cut one there protecting all those high cuts. It works beautifully. But what I will tell you is when you pick it, I'm going to use the key to show you what will happen. When you pick it and you turn the core just a little bit, somewhere around right in there, if this key is not installed, a little trap pin will pop down and it will seize up this core. And if this were mounted in a door, you'd be totally screwed because then you got to drill it out to solve that problem. This one's not in a door, and I'll go ahead and pick it. I'll get it trapped, and then I will show you how to untrap it, provided, again, it's not in the door. Then we'll take it apart and see how that key pin, that trap pin actually works. So let me go ahead and clamp it up, and let's get started on this Hines Key system. All right, guys, clamped up. This thing works. It only turns that far because the actuator's getting caught on the vise, but it does work. Fully pinned. There's what your key looks like, but we don't need that. Well, maybe we do need that stinking key in this case. This is kind of a nasty lock. If you get trapped, you are hosed unless you know the secret. All right. I am going to grab, let's see what we got here. I'm going to grab a short hook. This is the 15 thousandths from the Praxis kit. And moderate tension, because this is a lock that was made in quite a long bit ago, and it doesn't have security pins. None of them from that era did, or very few anyway. I hate to say none. I'm looking for a binder. Okay, that was pin 1. That was 2. That was 4. I felt a very slight turn on the core. And my binder is now 6. I'll lighten up a little bit. He just doesn't want to give up. Okay, that was 6. And that was 5. Now we got to turn. Now, let me put this up here so you can see what's happening. This is still, I don't believe he's yet seized up. So he still turns just a little bit. Yeah, he's not seized up. But if we turn him a little bit more, right there, now suddenly, you heard a little click, that trap pin is now holding that core in place. So if you were picking this lock or bumping it, if you're bumping it, your bump key is stuck inside the lock. You're totally hosed. If you were picking it, you walk away. It's a fail. But whoever's got to clean up behind you now has to drill out this thing. Going to be some nasty work. Luckily for us, this is not in a door. So I'm going to go ahead and unstick it, and then we're going to gut it. Now, how am I going to unstick it? Because there's no way to pick it. There's no access to that trap pin. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it upside down because the trap pin is somewhere up in here. I'm going to put my finger on the actuator, just put gentle pressure on it, and then I'm going to hit it against this carpeted surface. And now I've managed to get it back to the original position. Again, in a door, that's just not going to work. So I really have not successfully picked this, but I don't think anybody is going to either. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what we got in. Let me move all this junk out of the way, get us a pinning tray, take a look at the innards. Since we do have a key, I've never opened this one. I've never opened a Hines lock before, so we're going to be learning this together. Okay, I don't know where that trap pin is going to spring out from, so kind of be a little bit careful here. Okay, there. I don't know if those are the pins or not, guys. Okay, these are little slots that are machined into the core. So there are trap pins in the Bible that spring down around this little machined surface. I read this in the patent, but I've never actually seen one. So no matter if you turn it to the right or to the left, it's going to spring down on those unless you've got the proper key inside of there and keep that washer from popping down. So anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the pins. These are all standards, I'm almost positive. Yep, all standard pins and nothing. I wouldn't expect any other than these, which I consider a form of alien technology. There are no modifications to this core. Let's go ahead and take a look, and now let's see if we can spot these guys. I'm going to zoom in. Well, I'm going to hold it a little closer. I'm going to try not to look through the camera lens when we do this. Okay, these are all probably also going to be standards, but what we're really looking for, there's a second one, are those trap pins, which, with my luck, they're going to pop out in my eye any moment. I don't think, yeah, here he is. It was pin number 3. See how he's opened up on the end? We'll look at that a little closer in a moment. But that's the one that was popping down. This should be one as well. Yeah, there's another one. And then pin 4 should also, there's a little wafer that protects it if you pick it correctly. There's another one, a little wafer. One end of that pin is going to be hollow. There it is. So that's pin 4. 3, 4. Nope, that was 5. Sorry. So we're missing a wafer. That's probably him right there. And the last one is a standard pin, of course. Okay, that's the last one. Sorry. Standard pin. So we got 3 in here. I am missing a pin. I'm not sure if he was here or how that played out, but I don't see any other pins in here. No. Anyway, I don't think there are any still in here. No. Okay, I guess we just had a wafer here. Anyway, here's how it works. When it rotates, oops, here's a core. You got these little machine slots on there and these little hollow pins. If you don't have the right key and you don't push the wafer up high enough, the little pins will, when you turn it just a little bit, in our case we had turned it that way, all 3 of them will pop down and encompass that machined little nib sticking up there. And once you're there, you're trapped. You're not going anywhere. And of course, it's not machined all the way through the core, so there's no way to reach up inside of there and pick these back into the correct location. So it totally seizes up the core. It's a permanent solution. Anyway, there you go, guys. That is how the Hines Key system works. So if you see that, pick in is probably not an option. Neither is bumping. Anyway, there all the springs fell out here. Dang it. That's the way it goes. Anyway, Dan by 123. This is a very rare lock. I appreciate you sending in for me to take a look at. Everybody else, stay safe, guys. Stay legal.